Alright, so today we're going to be checking out some Masters of the Universe, which you probably already figured that out because you're sitting here looking at a fairly decent sized Masters of the Universe haul. And Masters of the Universe is like a weird thing for me. It's like something I probably shouldn't have started, and I wouldn't have started if I would have known how big this collection was going to get. Because when you guys say you're Masters of a Universe fan, that's kind of... It's kind of weird. Like, if you're a Marvel fan, that's cool because all the modern Marvel stuff is pretty awesome. Or a DC fan or a Star Wars fan or whatever. But when you say you're a Masters of the Universe fan, you basically have to be really old to understand it. And then watch the cartoon when you were a kid. And back then the cartoon really wasn't that good, but you watched it because it was kind of stupid and kind of funny. And there really wasn't that many other good cartoons to watch. So that's how you became a Masters of the Universe fan. So when you're like, oh, like I'm a hardcore, I don't get it. I don't see, I mean, I buy them. So it's definitely a complicated situation for me. Masters of the Universe, like I let them stack up. My wife looks at them and goes, well, why do you even buy them? Maybe you should just quit buying them, because she would probably love it if I just quit buying all of this stuff. But especially Masters of the Universe, because it's like, hey, I'm a huge Masters of the Universe fan. So how is that? So you like read the comics, you keep going back and watching the cartoon, because there's no like current movie or something to keep it up to date. So like pretty much everything else that I collect. So that's why it's weird. Masters of the Universe to me is kind of like, say, like when you're going to Target and you're like looking for some action figures, and you see this old high school friend, and like you guys don't really have anything in common. Like, he doesn't collect toys, he doesn't ride dirt bikes. You see him, and you kind of make eye contact, and you kind of don't. So you're sitting there thinking, man, should I talk to this dude, or should I just pretend like we didn't see each other and not talk to this dude? That's kind of the relationship. It's like if you see a dude that you haven't seen very long, but you know that you collect action figures together, or you ride dirt bikes together, or you have something in common, and you haven't seen him in a while, you can't wait to start up a conversation with him. So I'm probably just throwing you guys way off base here with this whole Masters of the Universe thing. So I'm going to crack these things open. I'm going to go over them real quick. Basically, we have Strider, we already have the Night Stalker, we do have the Fisto to go with them, so that's definitely cool. You have this weird Prince Adam figure that was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I thought this was a really lame exclusive, but there wasn't much to buy this year, so I went ahead and picked him up. Then you have HAWKE, definitely a cool figure. Looks like she comes with 2 heads, but these are expensive, so I'm only getting one. FANG-OR, it's a new character. It's a character that I don't know anything about, but he looks cool. I can't wait to put him on my shelf. LODAR, another character that I have no clue who he is. See, basically with Masters of the Universe, I love Masters of the Universe. When it gets in like the inner circle, like Clawful, I can look He-Man, Skeletor, you know, like the core characters of Masters of the Universe is kind of why I started collecting this, and then it just went way off the rails. And then you have QUAKKE, once again a character I have no clue who he is, but we're gonna check him out. And it kind of is what it is with this. Just real quick, open them up, show them to you, show the collection. About the collection, they are making that Snake Mountain. The Snake Mountain is going to be probably about $500. It won't fit on the shelf. I think it's going to be 36 inches tall. My shelf is like 31 inches. I'll show you that in the collection. Let's get to these. Alright, so I got them all opened up, mostly just for you can see them together, check the scale of them. I guess you can kind of do that when I show you the collection video, but here they all are opened up. They are cool. I do like these because basically they're all new characters in my collection, or at least for the most part, not the Prince Adam. But the rest of them kind of are new sculpts, new parts. They definitely kind of go the extra mile. They're just that classic look. The articulation isn't that good. Big pins. We'll go through that in a second. I'll pull out some comparisons. We'll try to do it as quick as possible. First, we're going to be checking out this Strider, which basically is the same exact thing as the Night Stalker. And as soon as this came out, everybody's like, God, I'd really rather have the Strider than the Night Stalker. But when it came out, we also knew that he wouldn't be far behind, and he's not. We have them both. And this makes a pretty cool set, which is weird that they got robot horses. Like, why don't they just have regular horses? They got other regular horses. They even got, like, flying horses. But for some reason, they felt as if the regular horse or the flying horse wasn't good enough, so they went ahead and made a robot horse. And this is just kind of why Masters of the Universe is weird. So basically, I have Fisto. I put him in here. That's kind of how they go. They, like, stand up. They don't really even fit inside. He's the same thing as this. He comes with this alternate mask, which is stupid. I don't really know why you have it. Then he looks just like this one. This is the one that he's supposed to wear, at least I'm pretty sure. I'm not really exactly a Masters of the Universe professional. The articulation on it, come on, you can pretty much just look at it and see how the articulation works. The guns do move. That's kind of cool. Man, it just kind of seems like if this thing was painted a little bit better, a little line work or something, it'd make this thing pop a little bit more. They didn't. The mask, of course, comes off. The articulation on the neck on this thing is actually really cool. I love how that thing works. You can actually kind of look at you. It's cool. It's a great toy. It's nice to, like, break it up. Inside the cockpit, it's got, like, the stickers with all the computers and stuff like that. There's really not a whole lot to it. Let's get him out of the way, and let's get to the next one. So over here we have the Prince Adam. I went ahead and pulled out the other Prince Adam for a comparison. And, God, you just see Prince Adam and you're like, this one's not bad, but this is just, is this like the gay hidden twin brother of this one? Makes no sense. Basically, it's the same exact figure. It's almost, I mean, it's real close. The little handcuffs are different. And I don't know, it's like, I guess the biceps are the same. The head sculpts are obviously different. This one has a pink vest. This one has a brown vest. The white shirt, this one's definitely, it's cut a little bit lower. This one goes all the way up. So there is differences, mostly just in the paint. I guess the loincloth is different. Man, alright, so this thing's quite a bit different. The boots are different. There's a lot different. Man, I'm really glad I did a side-by-side comparison because I thought these two were like the same exact toy, painted different. They're obviously not. He even has like a pinkish red sword, and he has a thing that goes on his, oh, so that's cool too. He has a place to hold the sword. This one doesn't. Alright, so now I'm actually really glad that I got this figure. Like, he's actually kind of like a cool addition to the collection after looking at these two things side by side. So here he is, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, the regular version. I don't know if this thing's like worth a lot on eBay or not. Super 7's probably going to remake them anyways, so it doesn't really matter. It looks like the belt is also different, and this just has regular belt. A lot of differences on this. Now it looks good. Let's check out the next one. You have HAWKE. She comes with two different heads. This is something that if these things were cheap and I actually liked Master of the Universe a lot more than I actually do, I would definitely want to get two of these where I could display her both ways. Basically, one has long blonde hair, one has short red hair. They both look cool. She's a cool action figure. Anytime you get a new character in your collection, especially when your collection consists of 9,000 action figures, it's definitely nice. That's why I like Masters of the Universe, because they're always making new characters. Here's her counterpart here. This is also actually a really good toy. It kind of looks like fur, but it's supposed to be feathers. I like them. Put them both together, I like them even more. This little... This thing comes with tons of cool accessories. Does have this little snake with the wings on it. That thing is great. And you kind of set it on his shoulder. I couldn't really get it to click on there or stay in there very well. Maybe I can kind of tuck the tail on the vest. Really cool accessories. They kill it with accessories on this. This thing, I'm sure there's some reused parts here, some new parts. To me, I mean, it basically looks all new, but you guys are going to correct me in the comics because you guys love doing that. And you're going to go, no, that was from that, and that was from that. which I could go through my collection for like the next 2 hours and try to figure out which part is which, but really, what's the point? If you're going to put this much love into an action figure, it looks great. I love it. And it does come with alternate heads. Once again, I'd like to have 2 of these, but at 40 bucks a pop, that's just not going to happen. Then he also comes with some extra swords. This sword is really cool, but I just thought it was cool that he came with a wrench with like a snake head on it. Man, that's good. And then a hammer. Let's see, that's probably like a snake head also. Man, that is really cool. A screwdriver, which probably is supposed to be like the tail of the snake. Really cool accessories. I have no clue why he has tools. Maybe I need to go back and start watching this cartoon again. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen. But the sculpt work on this thing is great. The paint work on it, it's enough. Would it be better with a wash? Yeah, maybe, but it's not. I like it real animated looking. Like I like the Marvel Legends with the wash. But this thing is kind of pretty much cool as is. And you have him. He has this cool chain accessory. It actually fits on his wrist. This thing goes down to the ground. That makes it nice and cool. Really like this figure. He stands out in your collection. Purple on purple with the silver chain. You can't really go wrong with that. Throw him up there. The collection, like, I definitely gave this thing a lot of real estate, thinking that it was going to grow and it was going to get that Snake Mountain, but I think I'm actually going to need that real estate. Then you have Quake. This thing, I thought that it was a figure that we already had. I went through the collection. We don't. This vest is like rubber, so that's really cool. So they basically probably just slipped it over a figure that we already have, and I'm totally cool with the arms on this, the rubber pads here. This thing, like, this little cord like bends when you move the arm, and it hides the plug. Like, that is really cool. Like, they went the extra mile on this. They hid the ankle pin too, which I guess none of them have an ankle pin. Yeah. So I guess they didn't hide it. This one actually has spiked boots. I forgot to point that out. This weapon that he comes with is awesome. Like, so the staff like plugs onto this boulder. You can take the boulder off and you can break it in half, and there's like a computer inside. Once again, I kind of wish I knew more about Quake. I guess I could read the bio on the back of the package, but it'd be nice to actually like watch the cartoon and see this guy do work in the episode. Maybe I'll try watching like those new Masters of the Universe cartoons. I saw a couple of those and I actually thought they were pretty good. That's all the new figures of the collection. I'm going to get these up there on the shelf, walk you through that. That's probably where I'll spend most of my time on the video, because the He-Man collection, when you put it together, Masters of the Universe, looks amazing on the shelf. They're all basically different characters. They're colorful. They're fun to collect. I just kind of... I don't know. All right, so now my favorite part of the video, where I can just show off a Masters of the Universe collection, which I am actually really proud of, because this thing, when you look at it as a collection, it really stands out. Like, just tons of color, tons of different figures, and that's why as a whole, this line is really fun to collect. It's even more fun when you get like Clawful or somebody that you actually have seen on the show, or you know who he is. There's basically all the snake guys up there. There's a new addition right there. That's just really cool. I know, like, with Masters of the Universe, half of these things, I don't know who's a good guy, who's a bad guy. It would be nice to like organize this, put them in better order, put them in kind of like their little teams or their little cliques. So if you guys are ever rolling through Vegas and you're like a really, really, really big Masters of the Universe fan, well, you're probably not watching this video. But if you were and you were watching this video and you're like, God, this guy needs some Masters of the Universe knowledge and he needs some help putting up a better display where he can actually put the good guys with the good guys or the bad guys with the bad guys, or get some good battle scenes going, because you know who fights who. I basically know He-Man fights Skeletor, and these figures are kind of fun to collect, even though they're really expensive and they only come out like twice a year. But if you are in Vegas, you know something about them, hit me up. And if you want to play action figures for like 4 hours, or we can organize this stuff together, that would be great, and I will definitely take you up on your offer. There's a collection. If you're still here, thanks for watching.